Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Hasham. Last video I have completed chapter number 4, that is long-term sources of finance, capital structure, cost of capital. We have done all the problems on cost of capital. Now in this video I am going to start chapter number 5 and the topic is working capital management. Again, in examination, every examination they will ask a theory question regarding what is working capital, what is the importance of working capital, what are the factors to be considered in maintaining the working capital, gross working capital, net working capital, permanent working capital, temporary working capital cycle. These are the different concepts which are related to working capital and frequently asked in examination. So for your benefit, I am going to explain you in detail regarding the concept of working capital. So watch the video till the end, don't skip in between if you want the perfect knowledge. So apart from this financial management, I have uploaded so many videos on different subjects like financial accounting, cost accounting, management accounting, corporate accounting, income tax, business statistics, auditing. All these subjects videos you can find in my playlist, so that all the students of graduation, post-graduation, professional studies, they can benefit from my channel. So now before starting the explanation of the concept of working capital, take the screenshot of the points which I have written on the board. Then I'll explain every point in detail. Now, the contents of this working capital management chapter are, first of all, I'll discuss about the introduction to working capital. Secondly, I'll explain you the definition and meaning of working capital. Then gross working capital versus net working capital. Then components of working capital, that are current assets and current liabilities. Then working capital cycle or operating cycle. This concept is frequently asked in examination. Then classification of working capital into permanent and temporary. Then need for working capital, why working capital is needed. Then importance. Next, determinants of working capital. And lastly, working capital management. So these are the topics under the head working capital management. So first of all, I'll begin with the introduction to working capital. See here, financial manager have two responsibilities. The first responsibility is managing the long-term funds. That means a business requires long-term funds, that funds which will be there with the business for a long period of time. Those long-term funds are required for purchasing the fixed assets. And apart from that, the finance manager has to maintain the short-term funds which are required for day-to-day operations, like monthly salary has to be paid, rent has to be paid, and bills, electricity bill, water bill, telephone bill, so many expenses are there, routine. In order to run the business, operating expenses are required. To meet those operating expenses, short-term funds. So long-term funds and short-term funds, both are very much necessary for smooth functioning of the business. So short-term funds relates to working capital. So here, in other words, it is the amount which the company requires for the purpose of meeting day-to-day operations. So the funds required for meeting the day-to-day operations or conducting the business smoothly, the funds required are called working capital, and it is necessary. Now, meaning and definition. Different authors have given different definitions to the term working capital. It refers to investment in short-term assets. The long-term assets are the fixed assets. like building, machinery, furniture, equipment. All these are long-term assets. The short-term assets are inventory, receivables, cash and cash equivalent. So these are called short-term assets. The funds required to make the investment in short-term assets. That means the funds invested in inventory, the funds invested in receivables, the funds to be kept as cash and cash equivalent. These are called working capital. And working capital is the amount of funds necessary to cover the cost of operating the enterprise. That means in order to run the enterprise, the funds are required for meeting the day-to-day obligations like recurring expenses like rent, salary, wages and bills. All these are the routine, regular expenses. To meet those regular expenses, funds are required, and that fund is called working capital. Then the sum of current assets is of the business is the working capital. One short definition given by one of the author. The funds required to invest in current assets. The current assets are inventory, receivables, etc. The working capital is also known as circulating capital. Because this capital will not be fixed, it will circulate. That means it will change from one asset to another asset. So continuously these funds, short-term funds will circulate, will be converted from one current asset to another current asset. For example, a business is having cash. By using the cash, the business will purchase the inventory. When the inventory is sold to customers on credit, it will become receivables. When the customer pays cash, again we got the cash. So we are converting cash into inventory, inventory into receivable, receivable into cash. That's why the funds are called circulating assets. Always moving from one asset to another asset. So simple words, investment in current assets are called working capital. Working capital is the amount required for meeting the day-to-day operations of the business. That's it. Now, gross working capital versus net working capital. Broadly, we divide the working capital. Normally, a distinction is made between gross and net. In examination, they have asked in the previous examination, what do you mean by gross working capital and net working capital? So first of all, in a broader sense, the term gross working capital is referred to as gross working capital and referred to the amount of current assets. So two views are there, broader view and a narrower view. In a broader view, the working capital means all the funds invested in current assets. How much funds are blocked, invested in inventories? How much funds are blocked in account receivable, that is trade receivable? जब business credit पे अगर customer को बेचा है तो we'll give the time period. For example, 1 month, 2 months. We sold goods worth rupees 1 lakh to the customer and given a time period of 3 months. The customer will repay the amount after 3 months. So till 3 months our money is blocked. That is the investment in trade receivable, account receivable. So amount invested in trade inventory, amount invested in trade receivable and cash equivalent which we are holding. These are called current assets. And gross working capital means the total of current assets. That is the gross. Therefore, the investment in current asset is called gross in current working capital. On the other hand, in a narrower sense, that is the broader sense. Now, in the narrower sense, net working capital means current assets minus current liability. The excess of current assets over current liability is called net working capital. So we have broader view as well as narrower view. Broader view, all the current assets is equal to gross working capital. And narrower view, current assets minus current liabilities. That is called the net working capital. And both the working capital will have the significance. In other words, the net working capital may be positive or negative. The gross working capital always positive. But net working capital may be positive, may be negative. When it will be positive? When current assets are more than current liability, positive working capital. If current liabilities are more than current assets, negative net working capital. You make it. Now, both the gross working capital and net working capital concepts have their own significance. We should not say which is better. Gross is better or net is better. Both will have their own significance, importance. So if you want to find out how much funds are invested in current assets, gross working capital is better. That is more significant. But if you want to check the liquidity position of the business, ability of the business to pay the current obligations on time, that liquidity position, if you want to check, net working capital is better. So both will have their own importance. That's all. So now I am going to explain about components of working capital. So far I have explained to you the introduction, then meaning and definition, then I have explained about the gross working capital and net working capital. Now the next topic is components. The working capital components are two, that is current assets and current liability. So what are current assets? The business assets which can be easily converted into cash within 1 year. Any asset which can easily be convertible into cash within 1 year, that is called current assets. That is the meaning of current asset. So these assets are generally held to meet the short-term obligation. Why the current assets are held? क्यों current assets को रखते हैं? To pay the current liabilities. The current liabilities will be met from the current assets. No business will sell the long-term fixed assets to pay the current obligation. No. The current liability will be paid from current assets. Now this category includes inventory, account receivable, cash and cash equivalent, prepaid expense, marketable securities and other liquid assets. So remember, what are the items that will come under current assets? The most important item is inventory. The stock which is held for sale, that is called inventory. Account receivable, amount receivable from credit customers. We sold the goods on credit to customers. Amount is receivable, that is account receivable. Prepaid expenses. We have paid the expenses in advance, prepaid, that is. Marketable security. Investments are made just like purchase the shares or amount invested in a bank to get some return. Marketable security. Cash and cash equivalent. The money which is held, the cash in hand, that is cash and cash equivalent. These are the current assets. Current liability, these are the business obligations that must be settled within 1 year. The obligation or the liabilities of the business which are to be paid within 1 year are called current liabilities. Example, salary paid, payable, salary payable, rent payable, electricity bill payable, apart from that amount to be paid to suppliers from whom we purchase the goods on credit. So these are the current obligations. So short-term obligations which are payable within 1 year is called current liability. These liabilities are generally paid using current assets. Just now I told you, the current liability will be paid from current assets. Current liability include notes payable, account payable, accrued liability, etc. So what I have explained, the components of working capital, current assets and current liability. The last topic in this video is working capital cycle or operating cycle. This working capital cycle, operating cycle, again very frequently asked in examination. The time gap between converting the cash into cash again. Example, a business is having cash in hand. By using this cash in hand, it has purchased the inventory of raw material. Then that inventory of raw material is converted into finished goods. So from raw material, work in progress, from work in progress to finished goods. When finished goods are made, it will be sold on credit. So account receivable will be there. The customers will make the payment, again we got the cash. So from cash to inventory of raw material, to inventory of work in progress, to finished goods, then to account receivable, from account receivable again cash. A complete cycle is being made. That is called working capital cycle. Operating cycle or working capital cycle is a duration or time gap between the purchase of inventory and its conversion into cash. We are purchasing the inventory and then selling the inventory and converting into cash. Simple example, अब मेरा business है, मैं माल goods खरीद रहा हूँ, मैं goods 1 lakh rupees के goods खरीदते ही immediately it will not be converted into cash, it will take some time. तो वो 1 लाख रुपीस का जो इन्वेंट्री उसको कैश में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए मेरे को 3 months लग गया है. तो that 3 month is called working capital cycle because my cash is being blocked in the inventory and when it is sold again I'll get the cash. So from cash to cash 3 months. That is example I have given. It involves purchasing of raw material, conversion of raw material into work in progress. Work in progress will be converted into finished goods. Finished goods will be converted into sales and sales will be converted into receivables, from receivables to cash. Right? This cycle takes into longer period. If the time gap is more, that means operating cycle is more. When operating cycle is more working capital is required. For example, in my business, the working capital cycle is 3 months. Whereas in your business, the working capital cycle period is only 1 month. That means my business 3 months, your business only 1 month. I require more working capital and you need less working capital. So more working capital cycle period, more working capital is required. If short working capital cycle period is there, less working capital is required. So gross working capital cycle is the length of inventory of receivable of conversion period. So we have two concepts, gross working capital cycle and net working capital cycle. Gross working capital cycle means the raw material conversion period. Then work in progress conversion period, finished goods conversion period and receivables collection period. For example, inventory. जब inventory purchase करें हैं तो 2 months inventory will be in the stock. After 2 month inventory is passed on to factory to convert it into finished goods. So work in progress. The work is going on. It will take 2 months. So after completing into finished goods, the finished goods will stay in the showroom for 2 months. Then after 2 months, it will be sold to receivables. So receivable, the customer will take 2 months. So if you add up all these period, that is called gross operating cycle period. Now, in case a firm acquires resources on credit, just like we are selling the goods on credit, we can purchase the goods also on credit. Suppliers are giving us a credit period. We have purchased 1 lakh rupees of goods, but we have not paid. We'll make the payment after 2 months or after 3 months. So we are getting the credit period from customers. So from gross working capital cycle, if we deduct the payment deferral period and how much period we are getting from the supplier to make the payment, that we deduct, we'll get the net operating cycle. That's so in this video I have explained you about the meaning of the term working capital. Then next thing I have explained you about gross working capital and net working capital operating cycle. The remaining topics inshallah will continue in the next video. So if you are satisfied, give a like to the video. Share my channel among your friends group so that more students can watch the video. Subscribe my channel if you have not yet subscribed and give the comment from which country you are watching this video and to which university we belong. Write it so that I can be able to know the details of my students. Inshallah, we'll continue the next topic in the next video.